It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll see two teams with plenty of shots at it, but no Super Bowls yet. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Buffalo Bills, and it comes your way next.
We are just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. And we are underway in Buffalo. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the 7th overall pick in 2018 from Wyoming. It's Josh Allen.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Motion man is Shakir. Here's Allen. That's complete to his rookie second-round pick. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Here's Allen to throw it. Coleman has it here right side. And the Bills are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
From the 8, they've got it first and goal. They'll run with Cook. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Allen steps away. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bills will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Solid finish to a solid opening drive, and that's the threat that he represents. He can take off and score on you.
What he makes it is 11-on-11 football, because a lot of the times the quarterback isn't much of a runner, so you don't have to account for him. Well, you do with him, and now he actually gets a lead blocker instead, and he's able to cash that one in.
The Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Under center, it'll be the Southern California native standing at 6'4", Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise, and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
On the move to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. If they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Darnold. Dancing to his left. And he's going to go down again. A.J. Epinesa in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both first and second down. Someone came to play today.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We heard about it all week, didn't we? Especially when we visited practice. He thought he had a good matchup in front of him, and he's taking full advantage right now.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
That's well done defensively. They get the pressure they needed on 3rd down. All the receivers are locked up tight, and they force that quarterback to just throw it away.
So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. Back deep is Brandon Codrington. Taken right around the 44. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll go down at the 28. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
Allen now looks to throw. This one complete to Coleman. Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd down and 9. Now Allen. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. On play action, Allen being chased out left. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. It's caught by Coleman. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing now is Allen. That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0. That time a 9-play drive. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. throw's going to be incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. An inside give to Jones. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. To the air, Allen. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And the ball is knocked out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Play action. Now it's Allen. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now a 2nd and 6. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now Allen. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them. And now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
We were treated to a solid first half of football by the great quarterback, Josh Allen. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. Now they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of run away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball, but oftentimes it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
Up the middle, Jones. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Darnold. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Off play action. Allen. He's able to get it to Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
And Cooper will go in motion. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Coleman, the man in motion left. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Flush, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Jones. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
They absolutely had to take some chances downfield trailing here in the 4th quarter.
So why not go 4 verticals, send the guys downfield, say make a play?
And that's one of the favored routes of offensive coordinators. You know why? Because receivers can be open at any point running that route.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 43. Darnold. That's caught downfield by Addison. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Addison, 43 yards. And the Vikings are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So very late in the game here, but with that score, some light at the end of the tunnel.
There's still hope. Now they look at the score and say, hold on a second. This thing's not over yet. Let's keep battling.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They're going to throw for the 2 with Darnold. It's complete, and he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it. And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the 2 of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun, it's Allen. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because They really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Now Allen again. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Handoff comes to Cook. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he will have a Bills 1st down, and that should be that. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they'll indeed take a knee. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. A give. This is Cook. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long.